Listen carefully. What I'm about to tell you may sound like manipulation at first. It's not. It's a psychological reset, a way to repair a relationship that's been quietly dying from overexposure, from emotional overavailability, from a man losing himself in the constant effort to keep peace. You see, when you're always available, always agreeable, always present, you dissolve your own gravity. You stop being a man she's drawn to and start being background noise. And that's how attraction dies. Slowly, silently. Respect erodes molecule by molecule until there's nothing left but routine and irritation. But when you create distance, real, disciplined, principled distance, something powerful happens in her psychology, and even more in yours. Because this isn't about punishment. It's about polarity. It's about reintroducing the tension that keeps love alive. The biological logic of distance. Every human brain, male or female, adapts to constant exposure. It's called habituation. When something or someone is always there, it fades into the background of awareness. That's biology, not betrayal. And when the brain senses scarcity, it reevaluates value. That's why people chase what they fear losing and neglect what they assume will always be there. So when a man who's been perpetually available suddenly reclaims his space, his time, his focus, he triggers a recalibration. Her nervous system, which once coded him as safe but static, now perceives him as dynamic, as something that can be lost, and that changes everything. Why most men fail? Most men can't do this. They try distance for 48 hours. She gets angry, threatens divorce, or posts something cryptic online, and they fold. They go back to pleasing mode, desperate for the emotional temperature to stabilize. What they don't realize is that the anger is a part of the process. It's the first biochemical stage of recalibration. She's not furious because you've hurt her. She's furious because her subconscious has lost control of a system it thought it could predict. And that loss of control is the first time in a long time she's had to look at you with fresh eyes. The 5 phases of distance. There's a rhythm to this, a progression most women move through when a man finally reclaims his independence. Phase 1. Anger and protest. Her mind screams, "How dare he?" She accuses, provokes, tests. If your relationship has been stable, she keeps it internal. If it's already fragile, she explodes. Do nothing dramatic. Don't chase. Don't retaliate. Don't explain. Just hold your ground calmly. Phase 2. Reflection. The fire cools. Confusion sets in. She wonders, why did he stop trying so hard? Memories resurface. She replays old moments when you were decisive, passionate, independent. Stay steady. Don't break the silence with reassurance. Let absence do what presence couldn't. Phase 3. Reconnection attempts. Now come the breadcrumbs. A meme. A question about something trivial. A casual text. These aren't olive branches. They're probes. Tests. Your job? Respond warmly but briefly. Don't gush. Don't chase. Don't mirror the old dynamic. Phase 4. Provocation and proof. If she's testing your frame, it means she's noticing your strength. She might flirt, tease, or spark jealousy. Anything to gauge if you've really changed. Stay centered, not cold, not reactive, just unshakable. Phase 5. Pursuit and reset. Only now does genuine pursuit begin, not out of fear, but respect. This is when you rebuild the relationship on new terms. Mutual respect, space, polarity. Not every woman responds the same. Here's where nuance matters. There are roughly 2 orientations. 1. The builder. Values, loyalty, partnership, family, legacy. 2. The seeker. Craves novelty, attention, external validation. With the builder, distance ignites reflection. With the seeker, distance triggers replacement. If she lives for online attention, keeps emotional ties to exes, or thrives on chaos, your absence won't create longing. It'll create vacancy she'll rush to fill. In that case, distance is still valuable, not for saving her, but for saving you. The art of invisible distance. Distance done right is subtle, like oxygen. You don't announce it, you just become it. You stop explaining yourself. You stop rearranging your schedule around her moods. You become less predictable, not colder, simply busier with your own life. You lift, you work, you read, you reconnect with male friends. You stop over-texting. You move slower, you breathe more. The change is small but seismic. She feels it without you saying a word. That's when her brain shifts from entitlement to evaluation. Not because you played a game, but because you finally exited one. Timing is. Everything never attempt this right after a major fight. That's like doing surgery in an earthquake. The best time to create distance is during calm stagnation, when things are fine, but lifeless. That's when she's least expecting it and most capable of noticing it. If she's already half out the door, distance won't make her miss you. It'll make her feel relieved. You can't reawaken desire in a system that's already emotionally divorced. The science behind the spark. Constant availability kills polarity because it erases mystery. The brain treats you like a resource. Always there, always reliable, always unremarkable. When that resource becomes scarce, not absent, but selective, the limbic system lights up again. Dopamine spikes. Anticipation returns. That's not manipulation. That's biology. But it only works if it's real. If you're genuinely living with purpose, not pretending for effect. The long game. Some men use distance to provoke, others to punish. Those men fail. The real purpose of distance is transformation. You're not doing this for her reaction. You're doing it to rediscover your center. When you stop orbiting her emotions, you rediscover your own gravity. You stop living in response mode. You become directional again. And something paradoxical happens. The less you chase her validation, the more she seeks yours, because she's finally seeing a man who stands alone. The emotional mechanics. Every woman's timeline through these phases differs. Younger, unattached women might take months. Older women with deeper investments might move faster. But the pattern holds. Anger, reflection, reconnection, provocation, pursuit. Each stage is an emotional crucible, and each one tempts you to revert to old behavior. The discipline lies in not collapsing the process for comfort. Think of it like physical training. The muscle only grows when it's stressed and allowed to rest. Most men never reach that growth phase because they panic during the burn. What if she never misses you? Then the truth was simply revealed, not created. You can't lose what was never secure. If distance ends the relationship, it didn't destroy it. It diagnosed it. Either way, you win. You either rebuild a stronger bond or reclaim yourself completely. The paradox of distance. Here's the irony. The less you need her to miss you, the more she will. Because independence is magnetic. When you're no longer performing for approval, you emit authenticity, and authenticity draws people in. The moment your life becomes bigger than the relationship either grows to meet you or falls away. Both outcomes are progress. The core lesson. Strategic distance isn't about manipulation. It's about restoring polarity. Not dominance, not withdrawal. Balance. It's saying, I choose to be here, but I don't need to be here to be whole. That single shift changes how she sees you, how you see yourself, and how the relationship breathes. Because when two complete people choose each other, not out of fear, not out of habit, but out of genuine desire, love stops being maintenance and becomes magnetism again. And that's the secret. You don't create love by holding tighter. You create it by standing taller.